Joker's card of the second hand. The name is the Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop is on his way. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop is on his way. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop is on his way. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop is on his way. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop is on his way. The Mighty Death Pop. The Mighty Death Pop.
We went to Detroit to hang out with our good friends from Insane Clown Posse.
August 14th, 2012. The planet cracks open like an egg as ICP and Psychopathic Records release The Mighty Death Pop, the second Joker's card of the second hand.
What's the name and the idea behind the new record?
The name of the new album is The Mighty Death Pop, and the meaning is sudden death.
Or it could just be like, just an overindulgent lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you're crazy at a party and you're playing Russian roulette, you know what I mean? And every time you pull that trigger and it clicks, everybody's like, whoa, you're off the hook, Jimmy. But, Jimmy don't expect that bullet to hit that chamber, and that's the death pop. People that don't respect life, it all just goes silent and you're alone, then you've witnessed the death pop.
When you stuck the car out, who did you get it? And when you got caught out, who'd you blame the issue?
So now this is album 12.
I don't know.
But you guys have come a long way. What's different now from when you started making music? How has it changed on this record?
We're coming like full circle on this record. We did the wicked shit for years, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call our brand of music is wicked shit. Pardon my French. It's back to that wicked, you know what I'm saying? Hands down, it's just insane, wicked, that's it.
We know exactly who we are. We know exactly how we want to sound. We know exactly what we want to deliver. And this is us as polished professionals, seasoned vets. We deliver fat doses of that, without the bullshit.
They're undisputably the most hated band in the world. Their music has been criticized from the very beginning. They've sold over 11 million albums, yet they have no commercial hits. They receive no radio or video airplay, and they never have. Their extremely loyal and faithful followers are unlike any other ever before seen in the history of rock and roll. They call themselves Juggalos and are so unified and prolific, they've officially been labeled one of the nation's most dangerous gangs by the FBI. This group owns and operates their own record company and are the truest definition of the word independent in every sense of the word. They even hold their own legendary 4-day-long annual fan festival, which draws thousands upon thousands together, literally to the middle of nowhere, where they witness over 100 national acts, party in the woods, and they engage in the various, now infamous, forms of around-the-clock Juggalo entertainment. Since the Dark Carnival's emergence 2 decades ago, they have burrowed their way through the underground, staying ahead, dropping cluster bombs of flavor, and not only surviving, but undeniably thriving in the game. Flip side of the ever-changing trends and styles of mainstream America. These clowns cannot be denied any longer. They are Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope, the insane clown posse. And now, 2012, they're on the attack yet again. This time with perhaps what is truly their most anticipated album yet. The Wicked Clowns are preparing to unveil a severely enormous album that is packed full of incredible flavor. This just might be the greatest album they have ever unleashed. August 14th, 2012. The planet cracks open like an egg as ICP and Psychopathic Records release The Mighty Death Pop, the second Joker's card of the second hand. The Mighty Death Pop is 17 tracks of brand new music from Insane Clown Posse, together with longtime super producer, the mad scientist, Mike E. Clark. The enormous bonus material included easily make this the largest album ever released by ICP. They've spent over 2.5 years creating all that is the Mighty Death Pop. ICP slaps the classic flavor they know you love, together with some brand new wicked and sinister voodoo. This time around, they show no mercy on who gets called out. The Mighty Death Pop translates to sudden death. And for all the crazy daredevils out there, don't think he can't be provoked. You like to take chances with your life? That's good, because he likes to pop deaths.
The album even features a collabo with underground phenoms, Tech 9 and Hobson.
August 14th, 2012. 3 versions of the Mighty Death Pop will be available. They all feature the new album in its entirety, plus each come with their own additional different full-length CD of bonus material. We're not just talking about a bonus disc. These are bonus albums with their own cover art and booklets, shrink-wrapped together with the main album.
ICP's The Mighty Death Pop. The new album from the world's most hated band. Insane Clown Posse, popping those who gamble away the gift of life. Surprise! The Death Pop. Available now in record stores worldwide. ICP's The Mighty Death Pop.
Y'all, it's a Jokerz Gallery right here on the Fago Lovers Network. Another edition of 5 Piece coming at you today. This week we're celebrating 10 fucking years of Mighty Death Pop. It's crazy that fucking second deck's already got cards, multiple cards that have been around for a decade already. Seems like that shit was just coming out. Before we get into the list and talking about our top 5 tracks from the Mighty Death Pop, I introduce the panel right here beside me. Got the host of Speak of Clout podcast, Mr. Mike Sears.
Boy, Mike Sears, Speak of Clout. Ben the Boys, Jokerz Gallery, 5 Piece, you know what to do.
That Speak of Clout hot topic or whatever it was, hot takes of hip hop was dope, man. If anybody's a hip hop head and they check that out, watch that shit. That shit was entertaining. That was like multiple hours. I was sitting there watching the whole fucking thing. So peep that out if anybody's sleeping on that shit.
A lot of crazy shit was said. Some of my co-hosts are wild with their decisions, but all in good fun.
Who was it? It was Steve. Steve's his name, and it was bringing all the crazy fucking hot takes.
Yeah, the do-rag on and shit,
yeah. Yeah. He was bringing the fucking actual hot takes for sure. It was getting good discussions going. So, yeah, check that out if anybody's sleeping on it. Right here below me, you got the Larry King of the Underground nursing that fucking gathering plague, representing Trife Life for life, LukeTheGoon.com for life, good management, and that gathering plague, Mr. Luke the Goon.
Yeah, like you said, I'm like, I don't know if you want to say fresh back from the gathering, but as you can tell, I had the Jugga plague. So if I fucking blank out or some shit, I'm blaming it on this shit. But shout out to Camp Funkins, John Allen, Terror Reels, Steel City Dahmer, Dan Galvin, all the motherfuckers. Obviously, my homie SON and Alex for holding it down with me at the gathering. it was an experience. I'll probably have a video out about it in the next week or so. So look forward to that shit.
Yeah, that Barry White voice that you're fucking rocking sounds like you're fresh back from the gathering.
To play that background music that we do on the next stage. Hey, Juggalettes.
Oh yeah, gathering went down. It's funny that mentioned the 10-year anniversary of the Mighty Def Pop. I've seen a lot of people talking about that car getting flipped over, and it's the 10th anniversary of the year that the Juggalos at Cave and Rock destroyed the fucking thieves' car and dragged it to the main stage. So kind of a fitting 10th anniversary. The car got fucking wrecked. I've seen a lot of people saying it was like just a random car. It was from the fucking stunt show.
Yeah.
And like the dude was trying to get run over by it. One of the dudes in the stunt show. He was literally trying to get run over by the car, and the cops shut it down. So like Juggalos started fucking, I guess you want to say, protesting that. Looked like everybody had a good time, man. That super famous performance was a standout. That set list for the ICP closing down fucking performance was perfect. Like if I picked a set list, it would damn near be that. So shout out to the clowns for giving the old school fucking Juggalo some love on that one. The jukebox fucking Juggalo show was some shit that ain't nobody's seen ever really. The Mental Warp being on there, it was dope though. I marked out for Mental Warp, and it was the 17th song. And those old school Juggalos that hadn't heard those newer songs they were playing had to mark out for Mental Warp when they were at Cave On. So shout out to the clowns, man. They always hold it down. Jump Steady puts in mad work. Dope to see the gathering, another successful one.
Oh yeah.
Before we get into our list, last week we talked about a pretty big album in the Juggalo world. They were at the very first gathering. Speak of how big they were in the Juggalo world. Cottonmouth King's Royal Highness. We did our top 5 tracks with Rome Bone. Talked about it for a while. Got some viewers that weighed in with their opinions of the top 5. Go ahead and take a look at that before we get into the Mighty Def Pop list.
All right. Shaggy Matt 92 Jacobs has number 5, Be in My Skate. Number 4, Dog's Life. Number 3, Play On. Number 2, Bong Token Alcoholics. And number 1, Bump. I can't argue with that list. It's got a lot of stuff we picked.
Yeah, I think it was all the ones we picked other than Me and My Skate, which if you're a skateboarder, that song's probably like whenever we hear like Legs or fucking Whip do some fucking wrestling references, because they're dropping mad like skateboard references. I got no clue what the fuck they're talking about, but I'm sure if you're a skater, you love that fuck track.
All right. From Scotty Matthews. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but you at home can pause the video and read it all if you want. Number 5, Life Ain't What It Seems. Number 4, Bump. Number 3, So High. Number 2, Dog's Life featuring Dog Boy. And number 1, Play On. I believe those are all songs that we picked as well.
Oh, yeah. Any song on that album I wouldn't have an objection with. Like I said, when we were doing it, there's no skippers on it. There's a couple that I like less than I had on my list, but there's none that I hear and like, I got to skip that. It sucks. So definitely agree with anybody that had fucking songs. That was dope getting to shine the light on the Cottonmouth Kings. We hadn't done that yet. So dope to get some love for the fucking Kings in the fucking show. Gonna get some love for the 10th anniversary of the Mighty Def Pop though. Think about the Mighty Def Pop. The logo was debuted all the way back Hallowicked 2010. They dropped that motherfucker. So it was a little bit of anticipation waiting for this motherfucker to actually come out. Came out August 14, 2012, pretty much at the gathering, like we were talking about being gathering weekend. So it fell on the gathering. The first real hype I remember for it is the infomercial they did. It was like a 20-minute infomercial they dropped, and they had gotten a lot of traction from the gathering of the Juggalo fucking infomercial, so they decided to drop one for this album. It just got you hype. I remember like Shaggy was talking about how it's back to old school wicked shit, so it got me hype, of course, here, and then he was saying it's fucking old school wicked shit. Shag looked real fucking confident in all those interviews they were doing. There was an MTV interview before it came out too, and they're talking about it, and they just looked real confident in the music. They allowed Juggalos to watch the recording of it. If you went to, I think it was InsaneClownPosse.com, you couldn't hear it, you could watch them in the studio working on it and shit. So Juggalos were hype and ready for it because, like I said, they debuted the fucking Joker's card all the way back in 2010. So 2 years of anticipation almost for it to drop. Dropped on August 14th. I think it was a fucking classic. We think about the first time you think about hearing about Mighty Def Pop coming out, Mike.
Like you said, the infomercial, that's what I remember. You know, Chop was in there. And they mentioned the features, too. I remember that. And I was a dog. You could have told me nothing about Hobson back then. I was a big Hobson fan because of Raw. That's an underground classic. I don't fucking nobody says. And Tech 9 was what they mentioned.
Tech, yo.
And I was like, fuck yeah, dog. I was mad hyped for this. And when it came out, hash it give with the classic, don't update your order. So it just said printed forever. And then the day of, like, a couple days before the release, during the gathering, go outside and it's right in the mailbox, all 3 of them in a big ass package. So yeah, good memories there.
That's dope. Copped all 3 of them. Cause I didn't talk about that. The infomercial broke it down. There was everybody got the fucking Joker card as you were supposed to hear it, intended. Everything was the same. Then there was 3 different colors. One was a cover album. One was Mikey Clark's Pop Emporium, and then one was a cover of Freaky Tales. So that one was one song lasts an hour. That's probably the least popular of any of them because it's hard to set through a song that lasts an hour. It's a Too Short cover that they did. Lasts an hour long. I think his lasts like 10 minutes or something like that. They were like, we're going to top that and do a fucking hour long one. So all that flavor was coming at you when it dropped. It was not like they dropped one and then like 3 months later another one came out. All 3 fucking colors came out at once. You had like legit 8 hours of new music to listen to on August 14th. So well worth the wait. What do you think about it, Luke?
It's funny because this is one of the records that I like specifically remember like coming back to listen to, because at this time I wasn't really listening to ICP very much, and maybe it was because of Mikey Clark shit that I knew was involved with it. I don't know. Yeah, I remember like downloading all this shit and fucking bumping it, and I remember liking it. It was like one of the first times I remember coming back to ICP and really like liking the music. Big Pop Boom was okay to me. Obviously it was nothing to the first deck, but this one I felt like was much better in quality. Yeah, that was my impression. I liked it when it came out.
This is the card from the second deck that the Juggalos, whenever we did our rankings of the Joker cards, ranked above. It was the only second card that made it above an original card. So it's universally the Juggalos' favorite fucking second deck card. So a lot of Juggalos agreed with you and probably came back to it. I've heard a lot of people say about Bang Pow Boom, it didn't initially like catch their ear because it wasn't wicked enough. And that's what I was talking about with Shaggy. Was really pushing that point in those interviews I was watching whenever we were leading up to recording this episode. He's like, it's old school wicked shit. He's like, we're not trying to be anything. We're not trying to be innovative. We went back to what we're fucking built on, OG wicked shit. So I think a lot of Juggalos agree with you on that. Go ahead and start it off with the top 5 tracks from Mighty Def Pop. At the 5 spot for me, it's going to be the song that closes the album, Forever.
This life is tricky, mean and strange. You can only be sure about one thing. Change, for worse or for better, maintain. Catch wisdom, try to gain brains. In my life, I've seen a lot come and go. Like a non-stop fashion show. Very little shit lasts forever. And just because shit's new, it ain't better. I wanna be with Shaggy and Billy, my dogs for life. And I pray that I'll never change every night. I said never again, and then I did it, and did it again. I can't pretend, I won't lie. Yo, I've lost control, and it's a scary endeavor. I got it together, but it took forever. Now I want forever to be just like this. The shit I wish.
Happiness is in your own head. How you perceive shit, believe it is. It's all you. Some of us have booze, can't help it. Living in a bad mood. Shit hurts, then it only gets worse. They don't get it, not even the experts. But trust me, it won't last forever. You hit bottom, shit finally gets better. Some don't need bank to laugh and live on the bright side, whatever the path. When you hit 40 or 50, that's just half. Enjoy youth, cause that you don't get back. Forever revolves around you, that's your time. I'm living in mine too. How much positivity are you blind to? You only live once, I'll remind you.
How much positivity are you blind to? You only live once, I remind you. So it's just like one of those tracks that, like, ICP is always like 10, 15 years older than the Juggalos. And whenever you go back and listen to these songs 15 years later, once you've caught up to them, their age, it hits a lot different. And that's what this one is, man. It's them looking back on like their childhood and shit, how they wish they were still had time to be fucking like 27, running around with no cares and shit. They made a video for it, and they said the video turned out so lame that they just scrapped it. I can't imagine paying like $40,000 for a video and just letting it sit. They eventually put it out on the DVD. But like I said, man, clowns always do those fucking Joker card tracks, right? To end them. Forever's no exception. I put it at the 5 spot.
Love that song, the whistling and shit in there. Like, ding, 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 ding.
It's catchy as shit, man. Yeah,
love it.
like I said, man. I don't know if Jay pinned the whole thing or if Shaggy was pinning it as well. But whoever was writing that shit, man, caught the vibe and really fucking hit some like emotional shit and got into their head and wrote a really dope fucking track. It's the clowns done positive, right? Like a lot of times people say it turns out too hokey and they don't like how it sounds, like miracles and shit like that. This is like positive ICP done right. So 5 spot for me, Forever.
Fuck yeah. 5 spot for me, we're going with a single, the album, video, Night of the Chainsaw.
Unstable and extremely dangerous.
Heard by official document. Stay inside your homes and off the streets until this matter has been resolved.
PCP! Meth, mad, anti-depression pills. Everything spills into one pot. On top of that, I smoke rock. I hear that shit, but I won't stop. Last time on the spot, choked a cop. Stopped and had a Faygo soda pop. In the back of my truck, chucked the chainsaw. Usually chop wood, but that ain't all. It's a bit strange, all up in your mid-range. Cut a hole in your head till I hit brains. Left a cop in a pile, wild maybe. It's the night of the chainsaw, baby. Cut him up, Tut, somebody. Cut him up, Tut, get bloody. Cut him up, Tut, go nutty. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up.
You can't calm me down. You can't calm me down. You can't calm me down. You can't calm me down.
Petroleum! Inhale it and take the swig. Eat my brains up, make my wig. Killing time with no shirt on me. I love it when the blood squirt on me. Walked up to a house, jabbed the door, and kicked it in. My victim hid. Stuck Chuck in the closet, and I could tell by the deposit. I got my target. French poodle, stomp it, limp noodle. Rev Chuck up and stir the strudel. Guts on the lawn, fuck's going on? Chainsaw Chuck till the break of dawn. Cut him up, Tut, somebody. Cut him up, Tut, get bloody. Cut him up, Tut, go nutty. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up.
You can't calm me down. You can't calm me down. You can't calm me down. You can't calm me.
Bloody feet, no shoes, into a party. I wasn't invited, but that bitch ignited. I screamed and laughed, chopping fools in half. I stab and hack a mad lumberjack. Smell that fuel, hear the machine. Chuck's a demon, I must be dreaming. Bloody showers, feel the power. We devour you fucking cowards. A loony loose, Chuck full of juice. Begging's no use, I know's no truce. It's yo noose, about to see your own produce. Night of the Chainsaw, written by Joe. Cut him up, Tut, somebody. Cut him up, Tut, get bloody. Cut him up, Tut, go nutty. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up, Tut, go. Cut him up.
You can't calm me down. 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 You can't calm me down.
The suspect is reported to be unstable and extremely dangerous.
Fucking hard, man. We got Night of the Axe, Night of the 44, Little On, Night of the Red Rum on Fierce Fit Fury, but this shit is dope as fuck. Like, Jay does have that voice I don't like around the time, but I still like the song. It's a banger. You can't hold me down. Fire, just going around, killing motherfuckers with a chainsaw, some zombie apocalypse type shit. I just I like the fucking Joe Strange produced version better off the White Pop Emporium with 3 6 Mafia. Oh, man. Juicy said, you a dead man. Pussy nigga acting hard on this webcam. That's just hard. But I got to go with this because this is on the album. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now to the Chainsaw, my number 5 of top 5 MDP tracks.
That's how I kept mine too. Was all songs directly on the Joker card, the one that everybody got. None of the bonus shit. Because some of that bonus shit, like you talking about on White Pop, man, that's some of them are better than the actual album versions, in my opinion. So, but yeah, trying to keep it to just the actual Joker cards.
And Joe Strange is some shady records. That's wild. Like he did.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
White Pop. Okay, never heard that one before. All right. All right, my number 5 is Shooting Stars.
I just want to thank, first and foremost, all the fans that supported me from day one. My label. Stay right there. God, my brothers, sisters, family members, definitely everybody that's here.
I drove all the way from Detroit, backseat full of weapons. If I'd have got pulled over, they'd be dead in seconds. Without a hitch, I arrive on the 405, the Staples Center. Tonight, it's the Grammys live. Don't got no ticket, but I ain't here to scream and applaud. I come to kill Chris Brown and shock this industry crowd. Fuck him dead in his seat, blow his guts out his tux. He beat the hell out his woman, and they still on his nuts. The fucking message that is sending must have a bloody ending. Posing as security, but he ain't safe, I'm just pretending. Bruno Mars on stage, cameras live, TV. That bitch forgave him, but still he's gotta die to me. Big record companies, executives, VIPs watching, probably cover up his dead hookers. Big business appalling, but the underground below don't approve and so he flex. He had his chance on top, he fucked it up, make room for the next. He stood up to applaud the show put on by Lady Gaga. Blew a cyanide dart into his throat like gotcha. He fell back dead, stuck smiling, eyes open as the night went. They thought he was just phased, happy from all the excitement, but I killed him.
What if I shot a star out the sky?
Shooting star.
A piggy has to have wings before it can fly.
What if I killed him?
What if I shot a star out the sky?
Shooting star.
A piggy has to have wings before it can fly.
What if I fucking killed him?
What if I shot a star out the sky?
Shooting star.
A piggy has to have wings before it can fly.
What if I killed him?
What if I shot a star out the sky?
Shooting star.
A piggy has to have wings before it can fly.
Real short, only one verse, but it's like a really dope, I guess, storytelling track. Like I said, really short. Jay goes to Staples Center, kills Chris Brown. It's so good, bro. And then like Shaggy on the chorus and shit. And he just ends it with, "But I killed him." Yeah, it's so good. Like I said, they mentioned Lady Gaga in the fucking song. Bruno Mars. He kills Chris Brown because I guess this was the time when Chris Brown was in hot water for fucking beating, whatever her name is.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
You hear like Jay hearing all that shit too, like pissing him off more and more, like the reports and shit coming in about him. And he's like, listening to it, getting more and more angry. It almost reminds me of like the Beverly Kills track. It's just killing celebrities, kind of refreshed from like 20 years later.
Yeah, and the beat's like this real like hard rock. Fucking, it's got like this real rock element to it that's really dope. Yeah, I just fuck with that song a lot. It's real short. It's only like 2 minutes long. I said it's literally one verse, but it goes real hard. So, yeah, at my 5 spot.
Blow his guts out his tux. It's fucking hard. His bitch forgave him.
Move it up to the 4 spot. Juggalo Juice.
Cola, black cherry, root beer, red pop, cream soda, grape, rock and rye, Dr. Fago, candy apple, 60-40, pineapple orange,
My Fago, hey!
chocolate cream pop, ginger ale, cotton candy.
My Fago.
That precious sauce, juggalo juice. Crack that fat boy, let it go loose. Drink it, spray it, whatever
you stood up like Joey and Big Joe Bruce. What it up, kid? I'm about to. Moon Miss Blue, here's what you do. Throw it up in the sky to suit that itch. Slap it up silly and boot that bitch.
Just let it fly.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Into the sky.
yep. My Fago, hey.
Don't wonder why.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Until you try.
yep. My Fago, hey. Two in each hand, flake out and shake. My nutbag tastes like Fago grape. Explode in your bedroom, Fago lake. Marinate your steak, a baked Fago cake. It's cheap as hell, and fuck I'm broke. Fuck $3 for a cup of coke. Shit, I stay sticky. Fuck the soap. Orange pop ball on my dick, please don't. I mix it, fix it, vodka kicks it. Off them titties, I got to licks it. Take out the fixtures, chandeliers. Fuck a venue too nice to handle this. Rock and ride bombs from above. Knock you out and fuck up your duds. Explode and unload all over the place. You don't like red pop? Fuck your face.
Just let it fly.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Into the sky.
yep. My Fago, hey.
Don't wonder why.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Until you try.
yep. My Fago, hey. Too much juice, shorts out the power. Dance in the dark with a Fago shower. Sugar rain insane. Flavors, colors will kick your ass, but we love each other's. Through the floor, into the basement, but it ain't wasted. More would taste it. Seeps on through to the pits of hell. It puts out the flames where the devil dwells. Fago storms, rain and thunder. No need to wonder. It's too much fun to just unwind. Put yourself under the trance. Pour some down your pants. Hump it, hit it, get with it. Bust a nut and be geeked, you did it. Precious peach and bubblegum pop. No need for a mop, cause we don't stop.
Just let it fly.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Into the sky.
yep. My Fago, hey.
Don't wonder why.
Juggalo, juice, yep,
Until you try.
yep. My Fago, hey.
Orange Chug, City Soda,
Yep,
Moon Mist,
yep.
Mango
My
Tango,
Fago, hey.
Key Lime Pie, Red Cherry,
Yep,
Original Black Raspberry,
yep. My Fago, hey.
Jive Turkey Tonic. And at take 3.
I think that's the first time that ICP dedicated an entire song to Fago. Fuck, it's a major part of the fucking Clown show, so it's about time that Fago got an official Clown song. The chorus is perfect. Just let it fly into the sky. Don't wonder why until you try. Because yeah, people see that shit on like video or whatever that aren't juggalos, and they see, why the fuck are they throwing soda in the crowd? Why is everybody fucking going crazy? And then like people go to it. I remember that whenever I went to Hallowicked '98, the dude that I met up with the chick I went with, was from Detroit, and he wasn't in a juggalo. He wasn't an ICP fan. He thought it was corny or whatever. Then he got to the show and experienced it, man, and he fucking left like asking me what albums he needed to purchase to learn their discography and shit. So once you've seen that shit, just like it says, don't wonder why until you try. Until you try it, don't knock it, man, because that shit's fucking fun. All the Fago flavor references that they drop in, it's just a flex of how good they are with being able to work shit in lyrically. Like, they drop so many fucking references to Fago throughout this shit. Shaggy's 2 in each hand, flick out a shake. My nut bag tastes like Fago grape. Explode in the bedroom. Marinate your steak or bake Fago cake, which is true, man. I've had fucking Fago ham. I've had fucking Fago cupcakes. That shit's like some magical fucking shit. I remember back in the day when I first started jugging, like 98, I was buying like the 20-ounce 2 liters of Fago, and I was saving them because I was cutting them all out and making them wallpaper. All the labels I used to make wallpaper for my room, and like that shit would like replenish in the bottle. Like you would have an empty bottle to start. 4 months later, you'd have like, 50 drops in it, and then it was like it came out of the fucking plastic like some voodoo shit, man. Fago's always had some kind of weird condensation, and I went to it whenever I was doing that trip to Detroit. And it's fucking like in an abandoned neighborhood. There's fucking broken windows and shit. It looks like it's fucking straight out of like Ghetto Zone from ICP's Carnival Carnage. So you'd be like, damn, this is some fucking eerie shit going on with this soda. So Fago deserved its own fucking love, like I said. So I put it at the 4th spot. The other one, Explode Unload all over the place. If you don't like Red Pop, fuck your face. There's so many dope references to fucking Fago flavors that they make, man. So I'll put that on there. 4th spot, Juggalo Juice. They don't play that much live. I thought that would be a staple. They played every fucking show from then on for the clowns to come out and just douse people that whole time, but they don't play it a lot.
No. My number 4, with the J Solo, Blaster.
What?
Oh, leave him alone.
Oh, hey, dude,
that ain't cool.
I was maybe 13, they was hurtful and mean, especially this one fucker, Kurt Green, fucked with me in the hallways, always.
Abuse the loser.
They would all say I walked in a lunchroom, I'm getting punched soon. If Kurt Green sees me, here comes doom. This time he spit on the back of my head, my face turned red as the laughter spread.
Eddie has a gun in his closet, way up in a black box. It's too bad though because he locks it, along with all of his crack rocks.
I stick in my hand up early in the AM. Kurt's at the bus stop, snuck up, one plow, stuck him in the temple. Simple disaster. That was the debut of the Bully Blaster.
Fuck with the last explosion. Till it does what he has to. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Till it does what he has to. Fuck with the last explosion. Keep fucking with the last. You don't know me. Keep fucking with the last.
I was 22 and the army's calling. I'm lifeless out here, so I'm all in. And my drill sergeant is barking orders. And I'm sharing my living quarters with a big time prick from Oklahoma. I can't stand him or his aroma. Big thick neck chuck in his drawers he flex. They all kiss his ass. They don't wanna be next.
I never thought the blaster would be back, but he has to. We need that.
He pissed on my bed. I jumped in and laid wet in the laughter. Blood pumping, he snores like a bear. But tonight was nice. We all slept like babies with his windpipe sliced. I did it with a straight blade razor and my Bully Blaster behavior.
Fuck with the last explosion. Till he does what he has to. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Till he does what he has to. Fuck with the last explosion. Keep fucking with the last. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Keep fucking with the last.
Years pass, years pass, years pass. I got a family now, I put it all behind me. My son gets picked on now, and it reminds me of murder. The bully soon came up missing. I spoke to my son, I had an intuition. Did you have anything to do with this? He gave me no answer, just a hug and a kiss, and said, don't worry dad, everything'll be fine. Just you pay it no mind, it's all over. And at work, my boss is a bastard. He comes to the office halfway plastered, bitching, using all the women and testing. But we accept it because of the recession. He groped my wife at the office party. I stood up for her, he swore he'd fire me. I threw him off the balcony, 13th floor. I guess I'm a Bully Blaster forevermore.
Fuck with the last explosion. Till he does what he has to. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Till he does what he has to. Fuck with the last explosion. Keep fucking with the last. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Keep fucking with the last.
Please fuck with me, bitch. Pretty please. With a pound of sugar on top. A pound of booger sugar dipped in marmorated milk.
Fuck with the last explosion. Till he does what he has to.
I wish you would.
Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Till he does what he has to.
Please.
Fuck with the last explosion. Keep fucking with the last. Fuck with the last. You don't know me. Keep fucking with the last.
Blast is hard, man. Getting bullied, become the Bully Blaster, like just body your fucking bully. That shit is hard as fuck, you know? He gets picked on as a kid, kills him, and like the army, he fucking kills dude there. Then he gets like a job in like a fancy place, throws dude out the fucking window, I believe. And then his son says, you know, he's getting bullied too, and he bodies a fucking bully there. Amazing. The chorus is fucking fire. Yeah, the blast is hard as fuck. It reminds me of like some old school ICP shit. You know, love it. Classic song of mine.
How we brought up we wish JJ was on Prom Queen's like video. he's actually in this song, like referenced it. Like he grew up in his dad's fucking shadow and following the fucking family tradition. This was before like the Be a Star and all that shit was really big too, man. The clowns always stay ahead of the curve on like shit like that. They've been talking about burning. They were talking about burning rebel flags 30 years before that shit got fucking popping on mainstream social media and shit. People were discovering that ICP was doing that like it was a new song. Like now they didn't just jump on the fucking bandwagon, man. They've been singing about that shit for 30 years. Pay attention.
I only been bullied once in my life. This faggot named Cheyenne. Third and fourth grade. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's probably bullying people because he's mad his fucking parents named him a fucking girl. His name. It's like that Johnny Cash song.
One of them little man complexes you can pick on the big nigga, right? And I would talk bad shit back to him, but one day my mom was like, "You get in a fight, you get in trouble." Uncle was like, "Yo, fuck that, smashing that nigga." You know what I'm saying? I did it with a straight edge razor and my bully blaster behavior. Shit's fire. Love that shit.
Oh yeah.
All right, my number 4 was mentioned by Mike already. Night of the Chainsaw. Like Mike said, this is kind of like an annoying voice for Jay, but he makes it work in this song. Like, I don't know, it just all works together. And then the fucking hook with Shaggy like screaming like a fucking maniac. Cut him up, Chuck. Go nutty. Cut him up, Chuck. Get bloody. Shit's so dope. And you know, like you said, it's another night of the song. The music videos, not bad, pretty cool. Jay's verses in this are mostly like
Gathering Plague.
Yeah, Jay's verses in this are mostly like kind of like weird. I don't know. It's really, I don't know. It's kind of a different song by Jay, I guess. It's not like the normal type shit. It's just weird shit, like when he's like PCP, meth, mad, antidepressant pills. Everything spills into one pot. On top of that, I smoke rock. Like, it's just weird, goofy ass shit that Jay said.
Hey, go soda pop.
Yeah. I don't know why it fits in this song because normally I hate when he does that kind of stuff.
I hate it too, bro.
But it works in this song.
That's that sweet like coconut pie, right, Mom? Yes. Shit. That's the same voice.
Yeah, it is. It's that same voice, but for some stupid reason, it still works on this fucking song.
It does, dude.
Yeah. So, my number 4, Night of the Chainsaw.
Oh yeah. I think he's like playing into so much of what the song's about that it works. He's like frantically, he's got all these thoughts going through his head whenever he's changing over and shit. He just does it so well, man. Yeah, like you both said, I agree with what you're talking about with the voice, but it works on that fucking track.
Yeah.
Move it up to track number 3 for me. It'll be Scream.
To the graveyard quick, fast. Dig up a body and kick its ass. Live life like some kind of dream. Let your face get off its feet. Like a black chick, loony bad shit. Off with your head when I swing my hatchet. Once it's gone, you can't reattach it. Volleyball it, toss and catch it. Woman up back itch, I scratch your it. Your soul, right out your throat, I snatch it. Juggalo love, can't nothing match it. Blew out my mattress, fucking fat shit. Yeah. I can never be cute, bitch, scrub life. Till my dick shoot goop on your dumb wife. When they hate on my group, I become hype. Stab your belly in the soup with one knife. Deep in my head, pressure rises. But we love being who the world despises. And that's just a taste. Inhale that buzz going out of your face. What the fuck? Like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Bustin' up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Open up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. They can't stand it, but can't commit me.
Hey, bitch, Hobson's here. Stick your tongue out when my cock is near. I ain't bout shit, but a lot of nonsense, yeah. I'm an asshole, ho, when I'm not sincere. Come sit on my lap, you're a hot mess, dear. Your face kinda resembles a Loch Ness, weird. I can tell by the feces smell that's all over your breath. You've been smoking a lot of pot this year. When I'm yelling out, I'm a motherfucking beast and a freak, well, it's usually the truth. And I can give it to you any way that you want it, baby. Just let me know what you want me to do. I'ma keep it raw, I'ma keep it ill. I'm a psycho, so I never wanna chill. I figured by looking at me that you would know the deal. My penis is hard, why don't you come give it a feel? Oh my goodness, it's coming.
I feel it building in me, about to let it go fast. So much weight on my shoulders, let my vocal blast. I just can't keep it in me. This shit I can't get past.
Pop.
So damn sick, I shock hoes. Fuck 'em, that's my motto. Said better be done tomorrow. You fucking motherfuckers. All the mushrooms extra lean. It'll never take away this dream. Check out the way that I bust the scene. Fucking the industry and making it scream. Hi, motherfuckers. Why, motherfuckers? I'm thinking I'm losing it, you can die, motherfuckers. It's thinking I'm thieving and I'm a stealing type of guy. Whoever is saying it is a goddamn lie. Off with his head. You really don't ever want to see the boss in the red. How can I do that motherfucker talk when they dead? I'm leaving you niggas deep in the moss, give me credit for being an innovator. How long you been a hater? You wanna start it up, nigga, I'll be the generator. Telling your team this is a murder machine, don't intervene, cause the drama I bring it'll make a motherfucker. What the fuck? Like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Busting up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Open up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. They can't stand me, but can't commit me, sweet. What the fuck? Like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Busting up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. Open up like a wild bitch, she's sweet. They can't stand me, but can't commit me.
Dope ass track. As soon as I seen the infomercial and they said that they were both on the album, I was definitely interested to hear what that shit was gonna sound like. They were both on fire at that time. The clowns come in, Southwest Strangler, here he come. I'm the Duke here to rock the place, crack a fago, sock your face. So the clowns come in, fucking pretty dope. It almost reminds me of a Just Bring It style flow from the clowns right there. It's a flow that would be earlier in the album to get you hyped, but it's to get you hyped for like Tech and Hops. And Tech, in my opinion, has the best fucking verse of the whole thing. So damn sick, I shakos, fuck them, that's my motto. Saying I'm gonna be done tomorrow, you fucking motherfuckos. And he said like the motherfuckos, like how Jay said it, like he switched it up, man. Like Tech always knows how to write for Juggalos, and he did right there. Off with his head, you motherfuckers really don't want to see the boss in the red. How can a stupid motherfucker talk when he's dead? Like he goes into his dark side whenever he raps for Juggalos.
He's going at Q Strange on that.
Oh,
verse.
for real?
He even said it because Q Strange, maybe he did like the real Strange Land or something like that. He got mad at Tech.
Oh yeah.
And Tech bodied that nigga, man. I'm sorry on that train.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with Tech at a beef, man. I always say motivated Tech is somebody you don't want to see. Like unless G-Mo and Tech would be a good one. He'd be the only person that would want to see Tech in the underground scene.
Fuck yeah. All right, number 3. Fucking love this song, dog. Banging. You got a good system, this will bump. Kicking.
Why must you challenge me?
It's fate. I was born a ninja warrior, and I have to prove myself to all ninjas that I'm the best around.
Then you have got to defeat me first.
Sure.
I'm a ninja, black suit, kicking, ninjutsu, kicking, show, fun to be a shogun, kicking, ninjutsu, black key, black mask, nunchucks, ninja, round kick on you dumb fucks, built like a dumpster, balance on chopsticks, backflips, dive rolls, dope drop kicks, kick fast, crossface, whiplash, knocked out cold, you see the quick flash, legs busy as fuck, like Mr. Krabs' feet, ninja suit sweet, roundhouse foot ski, I'm a ninja, black suit, kicking, ninjutsu, kicking, show, fun to be a shogun, kicking, ninjutsu, no master, self-taught outlaw, 5 right feet to the jaw, in the southpaw, quick kick, turn your head like it's a big chick, knock an eyeball out, like you slick Rick, take the right side of my foot and place it, where your teeth was, let you taste it, rapidly, before your back hits street, you get punched, slapped, smacked, and kicked, with my quick key, I'm a ninja, black suit, kicking, ninjutsu, kicking, show, fun to be a shogun, kicking, ninjutsu,
Claw to the neck, chop to the skull. Call for the rest and I'm dropping them all. Paw to the jaw, fall to a crawl. Shut up on the wall was all that he saw. Wire, neck, pull, Slice, kill him, finish my bowl of rice. Assassination, you know the price. Shit down like Dolomite. Attack in the dark like poltergeist. You're pressing your luck like roll the dice. It come back, buddy, when I hold the mic. Ninjas creep in the cold of night. Kicking, lunaticking, skin a chicken, kicky dickin', inflicting pain. Wicked game, ninjutsu, sick and insane.
I'm a ninja, black suit, ninjutsu, kicking, sure fun to be a shogun. Ninjutsu, I'm a ninja, black suit, ninjutsu, kicking, sure fun to be a shogun. Ninjutsu,
Dog. Back the training bars. Shags catches a fucking body on here. I like when Jay's like, legs busy as fuck, like Mr. Krabs feet. Fire that key. Yeah, I'm a ninja. Come on, bang it. Slow bass, fire beat. Love kicking, man. Shag's verse, like straight fire. So yeah, it's my number 3. Kicking.
Got that throwback vibes if I was a ninja from back in the day.
Oh. Yeah.
Like you said, in a car, that shit goes fucking hard.
It does, bro. It does.
Mikey Clark on that shit.
Oh.
All right. My number 3. I think it was one of the singles from the record. Chris Benoit.
Goes overboard. What the fuck am I doing? Oh Lord, pressure stored, exploded, unloaded. What the fuck am I doing? I had to, it's really too bad too. Went cuckoo, gone mad dude. Grab back and stab. Ooh, who knew? Sad news. What the fuck am I doing? I broke. It took some time. Slow poke. I finally gave way. Went under deep. Don't float. No longer steering, choosing on autopilot, cruising. Crash, virus, pull your tongue out with pliers. No longer steering, lost all control. Manipulation, it won't let me go. The pain exploded, the pressure burst. I dropped the wheel, headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the
let go, hold tight, wake up to this. Cold sight, you did this you. What the fuck am I doing? You got issues. What happened? Shit, I'm stepping. All bloody myself, I'm slapping. One day, all of a sudden it all became too much, wasn't it? Yes, finally released. What the fuck am I doing? Unleash the beast. Eject my controller. What the fuck am I doing? Took me over, I had to. It's really too bad too. Went cuckoo. Grab it and stab. Who knew? Sad news. I'm crisp and wild.
No longer steering, lost all control. Manipulation, it won't let me go. The pain exploded, the pressure burst. I dropped the wheel, headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst.
On any given night, I can take you out permanently. Because life is about pain. I'm the crippler, Chris Benoit.
A catastrophic demise.
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 Headed for the worst. Headed for the worst.
what's really interesting about this song is that like ICP like worked with Chris Benoit, so like they were kind of around him, and so for them to like take and make this song, like I don't know, it's kind of an interesting dynamic. And basically the song is them like, I guess it's like the mental process of what Chris Benoit was going through, I guess, kind of in a way. I don't know, I guess you kind of feel like you're in Chris Benoit's mind when you're hearing this song, because it's like the pounding and shit and the catastrophic demise and all the fucking shit. And yeah, I just really fucking like that song quite a bit. I think there's a music video for it.
There is.
Yeah.
But, like,
And I love it. It's weird.
yeah, it is weird. I was gonna say it is like a weird music video. Like
It's got random flashes of Chris Benoit that come up on the screen. You watch that shit in the dark, man, that'll scare the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have done. I mean, I don't know. This would be a hard music video to do in a tasteful way. So I guess that was the best way they could have done it. So yeah, Chris Benoit, my 3 spot.
And like you talked about like the clowns worked with him in WCW and shit. Violent J always tells that story about how fucking intimidating and scary Chris Benoit was and how intense he was. Like Chris Benoit's in there with Mean Gene cutting a fucking promo in the promo room, and it's just like a little like 8x8 fucking metal box that they had backstage where wrestlers would cut promos. And Benoit hated cutting promos, and like Vampiro knows this, and they're walking through and see it's Benoit in there. Fucking Vampiro bangs on that motherfucking real loud and then runs off and leaves Jay sitting there for fucking angry Benoit to like fucking come through the door at him. And he was like, I was scared as fuck right there. So yeah, you can tell that they experienced that motherfucker firsthand with that shit. That's just fucking funny as fuck that Vampiro did that shit. Vampiro, a big part of JCW. Dope to see him still around and shit. That motherfucker was dead. I think he was a part of Dark Lotus there for a little while. Yeah. So he's got some roots deep in this Juggalo shit.
I love his skits, both on Maniac Killer and before Pendulum Promise is so hard.
Maniac Killer. Yeah.
I like the one that's called Vampiro's Drunk, and you get to hear him like fuck it up, and Jay's trying to tell him how to say it and shit.
He was at the gathering.
Yeah, that's dope. That's what I was saying. It's dope. He's still around. That motherfucker been around for a long fucking time.
Spike your ass like Vamp.
Move it up to my 2 spot. It'll be When I'm Clowning.
I'm drowning because my show's astounding. And Fago grape, I'm downing. Abracadabra, Abracazam, what have ya? Quick sleight of hand, I stab ya. Demons crawl out, grab ya. There's plenty laughing, blood on the walls, what happened? A massive murder stabbing, cause wicked shit I'm blabbing. Shit come alive, and don't no one survive. Off the light rig I dive, and this shit ain't no jive. I'm psycho illy, snatch out your icy grilly. I owes the mob a milli, bout to knock off the chilies. Mad hoes I'm springing, they want my ding-a-lingin'. They singing, I keep my hatchet swinging. I'm super sick, bozo popper shoot you quick. Why you? Cause you's a dick. Poke 'em, use a stick. I'm heavy, high powered, mad energy devoured. The whole Milky Way soured, let my acid rain shower. Everything's a joke, that angel's wings are broke. So hot, just speak and smoke. I'll freak this till I croak.
Fresh off the red muds of Covington, Georgia. Running with a hatchet, it's boondocks with 2 wicked whoops for ya. Danny Brown, show
Right on. And like what Mike was saying, I like the version with Danny Brown the best, which I don't think's on an album. I don't think it exists on streaming. Like the only place. Is it a single? I haven't, because I know I was looking through the box set today and it's not on there for sure. It's got Krayshawn on the one on White Pop, which Mike's reaction kind of tells you about that shit, which led to Jay making that fucking Krayshawn video, which was Shags had the same reaction too and wouldn't allow him to release it. But yeah, I like the Danny Brown one the best, but the one on the album's the one I'm going with because we're keeping it with the Joker card ones. When I'm clowning, I get silly, like something lace my Philly. Been known to pop a pilly, cop a chuck with Billy. Jay on that shit. Like, I like the way that both of them fucking ride this beat on it. With Shags, he does the same fucking style. When I'm clowning, I'm psycho illy, snatch out your icy grilly. I owes the mob a milli, about to knock off a Chili's. So just classic clowns talking shit track. Like I was saying, it would bring it on. That could be almost an album opener with the way that they're flowing on it. And I like the Danny Brown one the best. It was I don't even think he was supposed to be on the fucking thing. And Krayshawn showed the fucking video that she was supposed to be on. And they ended up getting Danny Brown in it, man. So like, if you haven't seen the Danny Brown version, because it's kind of like I said, unless you're watching it on YouTube, you probably ain't fucking seen it or heard it. Peep that shit out, because that shit's fire.
People who don't like Danny Brown, I can get it. He's had the voice. It's a quiet taste. I fucking love Danny Brown ever since the Triple X mixtape and shit. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So he killed that shit. He's like, I got my fake out. Shit like that. Fire, bro. Yeah. Brandon broke it down lovely, so I don't really got to say much. I was gonna like say the bars about like someone laced my Philly and all that, but he already said it. So yeah,
that's the standout ones. Yeah, for sure. When it's just the clowns track, those are the standouts for sure. But Danny Brown, like I said, kills. I think he drops a Fago line. And motherfucker's from Detroit, so it's not like he's not familiar with the shit he's rapping about. You talk about like somebody that always represents Juggalos dope, man. I've seen him on like a couple big name like radio shows that ask him about the Gathering and try to get him to talk about fucking drug bridges and fucking raw dog sex lines and shit. And he always says, man, it was his favorite festival he's always done. He keeps it real and shit. I know last year he walked off because he fucking, I think he said he took X and he wasn't supposed to take that shit. He fucking got real moody and fucking ended up walking off the stage. But he even apologized to that shit. I seen like him apologizing to Shaggy about it. He apologized to the Juggalos. So that's the dude that always respect the fucking Juggalos. And if you haven't ever seen it, he actually documented one of his trips to the Gathering. It's like a 20-minute video, man. You can just see how much fun he fucking was having and how much he dug that the Juggalos embraced him, and he's kept it ever since. That was like 10 years ago, and he still fucking keeps that fucking same energy. So shout out to Danny Brown.
Interview we talked about Isham. He's the bump Judgment Day, and his cousin's like, "Yo, Danny, you're gonna go to hell, man."
Shit, Jay thought he was gonna go to hell for playing Isham.
Yeah, I'm down with Isham.
So the skies turned red.
Fuck yeah.
Shout out to Isham, man. He schooled the Gathering too, man. I heard a lot of people talking about that fucking performance.
I'll talk to Luke about it after the show.
Yeah, that set was ridiculous for me, bro.
He's like Tech, man. He knows what the Juggalo wants, and he fucking gives it to him whenever he's at the Gathering. So yeah, he always puts that shit down.
He sounds dope, ho.
Yeah. All right, we're at number 2 now, right? Because Mike is your all right. Number 2, I got Hater to Death.
Breathtaking, I'm furious. She's so mysterious. I'm curious, earth shaking. She's always right every time. I fucking hate her. She gives me sight, though I'm blind. I fucking hate her to death. She's always saving my life. She don't belong to incredible, earth-shaking. I see her wings and halo of it. I fucking hate her to death. I'd be happy with her in a coffin. I fucking hate her to death. She makes the pain go away, but she don't belong to me. She makes the awful okay, but she don't belong to me. She brings the light to my day, but she don't belong to me. And then she just goes away, 'cause she don't belong to me. She's funny, she's shining, she's happy. I fucking hate her like that. She's caring, she's fine, she's smiling. I fucking hate her like that. I want to hold this planet. I fucking hate her like that. You don't want me, and I just can't stand it. I fucking hate her like that. I want to hold this planet. I fucking hate her like that. You don't want me, and I just can't stand it. She's smiling, she's happy, she's funny. I fucking hate her like that. She's smiling, she's happy, she's happy. I fucking hate her like
I don't know. That song like hits differently if you've been in a relationship like that, and it's just like, and you
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell it's like for Jay. I think you brought this up when we first started. There's songs on this record that definitely sound like personal. And
Yeah.
this was one of them where it's like Truly Alone for Jay. Like you hear this song, you're like, damn, this motherfucker. He's talking about somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's one of those songs he might start crying on stage singing like he did Truly Alone because that shit's real.
Yeah,
I fucking
yeah,
love
yeah.
that song. So True Alone hard, bro.
Yeah, yeah. This song reminds me of that a little bit. And it's not really any lines in particular I pick out because most of it's just him talking about how like I guess he's like with this chick and like she's like perfect to him, but she don't fucking like him, and so he's like fucking psychoanalyzing it. Shit, he just wants to fucking kill her, I guess. Really dope. It's like a sad song. I guess it almost doesn't even really fit on this record. If you're listening through this record and you hear this song, you're like, it kind of feels out of place. But I really fucking like the song. Obviously, I put it at my 2 spot. Yeah, hate her to death.
Kind of reminds me, like you were talking about, of Under the Moon, where Jay's like talking throughout the song, getting madder as he's thinking about it. And Under the Moon, he's in jail, and this one's just a bitch he broke up with. But yeah, it's got those same vibes. Jay always schools that shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Move it up to the 1 spot, which I don't know. I don't think I've heard it yet, so might be some other people's number 1. Bazooka Joey.
Same.
When I was a little child, my grandpa had this little piece of this bacon. And I was still with a frosty. I shot that piece and blew some shit up. And then I knew it was a motherfucking bazooka. Grandpappy was a World War II vet. And I found his bazooka set in the basement with a bag of mortars. Yeah, bitch, I thought taking orders. Drag it outside, tried it out. Dropped the cell and I fired it out. Across the street to the neighbor's kitchen. And now half of their houses make fuck yeah. I got no rockets. Been talking the scope, I liked it. Blew the wheels off and flipped the twice. I'm realizing with that suit, I'm nice and I'm dancing. With a goddamn bazooka.
I figured if I hadn't heard it from Mike yet, it was probably going to be his number one as well. Dope ass song, man. Fucking wish it had a music video. There was a lot of songs that got music videos from this fucking album, and I wish this was one of them. Because just imagine Shaggy blowing shit up. It's that simple. Right off the grip, man. His first fucking lyrics, Grandpappy was a World War II vet, and I found his bazooka set. And he just sums up the song right there with the first rhyme. You know that exactly what the song's about. In the basement with a bag of mortars, bitch, I'm done taking orders. Imagine if you found a bazooka. That'd be your fucking first thoughts as well. Fuck you, I'm done taking orders. I got a goddamn bazooka. And knowing Shaggy's mentality, man, that's exactly what he would be thinking too. Dragged it outside, dropped the shell, fired it out across the street to the neighbor's kitchen. Now half of their house is missing.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
him. Just him breaking down what he would do if he had a fucking bazooka. I grabbed the rockets, beer truck in the scope. I locked it, blew the wheels off, flipped it twice. I'm realizing with that Zuka, I'm nice and I'm dancing. And then you get that chorus, man. That's like Dead Man Walking for Luke, man. As soon as that chorus hits, man, you gotta fucking dance to that shit. I'm dancing with a goddamn bazooka. So that song's fire, man. Shaggy Too Dope does this fucking thing whenever he gets his opportunity to do his fucking solo tracks, and this is one of them. Like I said, he's just walking through the city basically telling you what he'd do with a bazooka. The funniest line, in my opinion, is, I swear my shoulder's loving the shot. You hear something blow up, and he's like, fucked up an H&R Block. It's just so random. An H&R Block.
That beat, too?
Yeah. Mikey Clark schooled this shit.
I like when, one of my favorite songs of all time and fucking existence, taken in 1994, Natural Born Killers off the Murder Was a Case soundtrack. When Cube says, hit him with a brick and I'm dancing. And I'm dead. That's what Shaggy, I think he's referencing that.
Oh, he's got, he was.
Yep.
That's dope as shit, man. Got the throwback to like OG Piggy Pie lyrics. I'll blow new cop cars in the stockyards, bitch. I got a bazooka, you ain't hard. So, he always got those lines towards the cops and shit. So, definitely got to be in the top 5 for me to actually be at the one spot. So, it's just dope as fuck. That beat, like you're talking about, man, you just got to dance to it when you hear it. Perfect live song. He does it whenever he does his solo tours. Always one of the best songs during his live shows. So, definitely got to be on the list.
That song is why Joey Usler is my favorite of the crew. Not Violent J, amazing MC to me, amazing storyteller, but Shaggy got that character that I just, ever since I was 12 years old, he's been my childhood hero. Both of them are really, but Shags is my favorite, dog. Love to.
That's what I was saying, knowing the mentality of Shags, and especially old school Shags. Like, he would have really been rolling around the bazooka, rolling around the city, blowing up H&R Blocks. That motherfucker was wild. He got gun. There's a reason he got gun cases and can't carry a fucking firearm anymore.
I think it's Hemmer's era. I think someone took Trey Pound's like mixing equipment and he pistol whipped the dude and took it.
Yeah, showed up in that dude's house. Yeah. So yeah, he would definitely be rolling around the fuck city with a bazooka.
Giggling, laughing. That shit's so hard.
I remember they asked him about that on Howard Stern. I think it was whenever they might have been when they were promoting this album. They were saying that they had mellowed out. They were calling them Sane Clown Posse because they were talking rational about having kids and being married and shit. And then like they started talking about fucking getting arrested, and fucking Shaggy brings up that fucking case, and Howard Stern's like, "How long ago was that? Like 10 years?" And Jay's like, "Last year."
All right. My number one was mentioned by Brandon earlier. It's Forever.
None of that good shit lasts forever, but you just might like the new changes better. It's funny how we adapt and keep it together as the months roll by, seasons and weather.
But when it all shuts off,
the death pop.
And that'll be the day you forever won't stop until then we experience these emotions with peaks sky high, lows deep as oceans.
I wanna see you and me last forever, loop this life up and end it never, and live through the ages, the lows, the stages, and never let them close the pages.
To find peace of mind is impossible. Forever is plagued with obstacles. So we make the best of good times. We still can't play, we can't rewind.
Wanna see us all together
after forever, off in Shangri-La.
We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off in Shangri-La.
We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off in Shangri-La.
We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off in Shangri-La. Off in Shangri-La. Off in Shangri-La.
after forever, off and shame. We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off and shame.
We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off and shame.
We just wanna see us all together
after forever, off and shame.
I really do like I think Mike said, like the whistling and like the forever shit in the background. It's just kind of like Jay and Shaggy, like kind of like being a psychiatrist, I guess, a little bit in a way, and they're like kind of telling you how you should like kind of live your life a little bit. I mean, I guess they do that a lot, but in this version, they're kind of being like, you know, nothing lasts forever, but like you should be happy the way, you know, there'll be highs, there'll be lows, but you know, things will change, and you know, you'll get, you know, without the bad things, you don't know the good things, basically. You know, and then they you know, I just want to see us all together after forever, off in Shangri-La. Yeah, it's a cool. I mean, like, this is like weird because this is another song where I'd like put it in like uplifting songs where Mike would be like, "Damn," but like to me, this is like this is like an uplifting song in a lot of ways, you know.
It is.
So,
Jay talking about how he hopes he never stops hanging out with Shaggy and shit like that. All the crew from back in the day, being thankful that all the dudes are still around and the crew's still around. Praise that never changes. Yeah, it's like this song could have ended the 6 Jokerz card. Like, you know, as good as Diane Belly was, you needed a message in it that had to be on there. This song could have fucking ended the Rafe Shangri-La. To me, it's so fucking dope.
So good.
Yeah.
Almost made my
With
list.
the message.
Yeah.
Video is kind of corny.
I don't remember. I seen it one time.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. But
Shaggy got the Kango hat.
Yep. They only released it on the DVD. Like, they didn't ever release it, like, to promote the album or anything. They just shelved it like they did the Krayshawn video. Like I said, I can't believe it's 10 years already that the Mighty Def Pop's been out. It's even crazier that it means, it's 13 years since fucking Bang Pow Boom came out. Think about that. The second deck is in double digits of age. It's crazy, man, because I remember Jay asking us at the seminar 2009, telling us about Bang Pow Boom and saying how they're bringing back the Dark Carnival. He's like asking Juggalos if they'd be mad if a second deck was to happen, and fucking everybody started cheering and shit. And that seems like that just happened like 5 years ago. Here we are 13 years later, and they're still fucking putting out albums, about to put out the 6th. We talked about The Gathering. Their stage set was like done up for Shangri-La and Hell's Pit. So I remember Jay talking about the 6th of the second deck was going to be Hell's Pit and Shangri-La again. What would be fresh? Because whenever he said that, I was like, damn, I don't really like that fucking concept. But now to see Mikey Clark's working with them again, it would be dope to get Mikey Clark's version of the 6th because he didn't get to produce that one. So that would be the one like hook that would bring me into being super hyped to hear that shit, even though it's Shangri-La and Hell's Pit again. So it would be Mikey Clark's fucking first attempt at doing it his style.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and get into our 5 questions that we always do pertaining to the topic. So 5 questions about the Mighty Def Pop and the era around it.
Why do these questions come to mind?
Question number 1. Least favorite track on the album.
Now with this album, there's no song I hate.
Yeah, same here.
This song is real cheesy and shit, but I still like it. But it's my least favorite. And that would be Ghetto Rainbows. Yeah.
That's a good prefix to put on it, because there's no songs that I dislike and skip. Like I was talking about with Royal Highness, there's none that I dislike. So that's why I put least favorite and not worst. That's because if there's bad ones, I'll put worst. But if there's a whole album of freshness, I'll put least favorite.
Yeah, I think Dog Catchers is probably my least favorite. It's just got a weird, I don't know. It's like, I guess it's like a fucking diss song or whatever, right? But it's just the beat and shit. It sounds funky to me. I don't know.
The song and like the material about it and everything's dope. It was a weird play. It's a weird song to be in a Jokerz card. Like, you think you got to be like beefing to the level of Eminem to get like a beef song, particularly just to you on a Jokerz card. But that's my least favorite one as well, Dog Catcher. And I remember where that like beef started. I'm speculating Jay seen this. Like back in the day when Dog had that fucking show, he arrested this fucking dude. And while he's in the car, he noticed he has a ringmaster tattoo. And being the ringmaster, he's throwing up gang signs. Dog sees it and thinks it's a gang tattoo. And he tells the dude, "What's that?" And he says ringmaster. And he's like, "You don't need to be getting into that shit. That's that gang shit." So like Juggalos watching it thinks that Dog's telling them not to fuck with Juggalo shit, but I think Dog thought it was a gang sign, and I guess Jay seen that shit and wrote this fucking song about it. So it's dope that there was at least some static that he was responding to in it.
Yeah, and also he was saying the N-word fucking y'all.
Yeah, at the beginning of the song. It's funny. They got the dog barking over it and shit. I always laugh at the part, "Your wife looked like a wrestler," because that bitch did look like a fucking like 80s wrestler, like a male wrestler, like Greg the Hammer Valentine in 2022.
Look like she gives you a Blumpkin.
The nasty Bros or some shit, bro.
Yeah, Brian Knowles, the titties and
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Straight up. So yeah, like I said, one of my least favorite on the entire album, but not a bad track at all. So this album, like we said, classic. Question number 2. How many times have you listened to Freaky Tales, which is one of the albums we talked about coming with the 3 different colors?
Once. The dad got it. Black Pop. It's too fucking long. It's an hour long of the same goddamn beat.
Yeah, it's a commitment.
The beats around to be dope, but they don't. And the original Freaky Tales off Too Short's Bone and Mac album from '87, I love that shit. So fucking good. And I said this before on Speaky Clout. I smoke a lot, and I like to smoke the Too Short because the beats are real bassy and deep. So when you're fucking baked, it's like, yeah, you know? So yeah. Too Shorts is fire. That's not so good. I don't like that song. One time. Once.
Yeah, I may have listened to it once, like when it came out.
Yeah.
But I may have also seen how long it was. What the fuck? I don't know. It was a long time ago where I would have given that a listen.
Yeah, I put it on like YouTube because I didn't buy all 3. I bought the red one that had the covers album, so I didn't have it to listen to until like YouTube came around. And I put it on YouTube, probably like clean the house or if I play with my dog or something. Just had it on the background, and I haven't went back to it since. So yeah, I think that's probably most people's opinion of that. I was hoping one of us would be like, "Nah, man, I bump that shit at least once a month." Because that's everybody's response whenever you ask them about it. I've listened to it once, so I was hoping we'd have a different answer, but nonetheless, it's the same answer everybody else has got. Talked about the covers album, Smothered, Covered, and Chunk. What's the best song on that album in your opinion?
Me? It's a cover song from some dude named AMG. DJ Quick produced it. It's "Bitch Better Have My Money," featuring Fred Durst and Limp.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one. And I like it better than the fucking original because that dude is trash. I never like AMG. My boy Ross from Speak Out likes him. I don't fucking like him at all. I had that album. I fucking sold it. So yeah, that's my favorite on that album. Favorite cover.
I mean, my answer is probably the same as a lot of people. Jump Around.
Got that dope ass video. We always talk about how dope the clowns are with taking songs and turning it into their own. They did that with the video. They like made their own video that was a cover of the video even. That shit's fresh.
This is for my ninjas, real ninjas, who ain't afraid to get loony. Get up, bitch. Come on. Pull it out, snap it in. Let me begin. Cut under the chin, flush out the loony bin. You
scrub from the gutter that'll cut through your neck. Hot knife to butter. I turn the moon off and dance in the darkness. Choke the light right up out of your carcass. I got sick jokes for you. They're not fun. Fuck you in the ass with a shotgun. I bleed insanity and shout to the death. Let a buster woo with my last breath. Tell me to chill. I don't think I will. Cause when I shoot the shit, I shoot the kill. I came here to clown. I came here to clown. Let's get lunatic and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and down like a clown. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. I'm the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig, but I eat pig slop. I swing a chainsaw through the brains and all, veins and jaws, slip it all through a straw. But I ain't going out like no punk bitch. Get used to one torture and yell that I might switch it up and around. Then buck you down, put your head out, then you wake up in the dawn of the dead. I'm coming to get ya, my hatchet'll split ya. Twist off your head and snap a picture with ya. They found you in a ditch and said that I bit ya. But just like me, it was a rhythm that hit ya. I came here to clown, I came here to clown. Let's get lunatic and jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump around. Jump up and down like a clown. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Dedicated to the FBI. Get the Bozak. Booms from the Juggalos. The gang. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump. Get loony. Jump, 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 jump.
For me, it's the same as Mike. Bitch better have my money. You got that Fred Durst, like almost sounding like 99 Fred Durst coming out in 2012.
I knew
Hold
Brandon
up,
would have
bitch.
that- I knew Brandon would have that song. I knew it.
Hold up, bitch. Don't talk shit. How about a bowl of them fucked up grits? Like, it was old school, like $3 bill y'all sounding Fred Durst. And it was tight that, I don't know if it was Shaggy or Jay that was telling the story, but they said that Fred, like, didn't charge them for that. As soon as they asked him, he fucking sent them the fucking bars, man. So he wasn't being like some big fucking Hollywood, I've sold 40 million records. He was always down with them. He tried to get them on Family Values and fucking MTV kicked him off. So he was always down with them. So it was tight that he was on a fucking track. Still waiting for him to appear at fucking The Gathering. If they would have been the mystery guest instead of that shitty ass Clue band, I'd have been so mad that Limp Bizkit was there and I wasn't.
Shaggy drop kicked the nigga out for us, you know, thanks.
Yeah. And there's a line in that new EP that dropped at The Gathering about like how Violent J's fearing Fred Durst's retaliation to that. So yeah. Oh yeah. Question number 4. Where do you rank Mighty Def Pop in the second deck? We already said that the fucking Juggalos made it their favorite one of the second deck whenever we did our rankings. What about you?
Number 1, my favorite. I love the era behind it. Yeah, it's number 1.
Damn. I got it number 2. Right behind Fearless Fred Fury.
I can't argue too much with that. I got Bang Pow Boom because, like I said, I'm a mark for that whole era and shit. But right behind it, I've got Fearless Fred Fury, and then I've got this one at 3. So I'd put Mighty Def Pop at 3, Bang Pow Boom at 1, Fearless Fred Fury at 2, Mighty Def Pop at 3. Question number 5. Other albums you dig that were released 10 years ago in 2012?
2012 is one of my favorite years in hip-hop history, like of the teens, 2000s. So I got TwiZtiD Abominations, of course. Some of their best work ever, lyrically, I fucking worship that album.
7.
And I got Dark Half, Graveyard Blues. RP Gino, man, that's some underground dope. That made me fall back in love with underground shit again before Zoo came back. Then I got Sean Price, Mike Tyson. RP Sean Price, that nigga was a monster. My favorite MCs of all time, yo. Then I got Vinny Paz, God of the Serengeti, just pure, raw Philly shit. Then I got OC and Apollo Brown, Trophies. Nas Life is Good. His comeback album, in my opinion. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. Rock Marciano Reloaded too. There's a whole bunch.
I was hoping you'd have a bunch because I got one.
Yeah, Mike named them all. I ain't got nothing, bro. I ain't got nothing. Mike named the whole fucking 2012 right there. I mean, Abominations, obviously. I had Abominations. And then, like you said, Vinny Paz is fucking dope as fuck. So, Vinny Paz got the God of the Serengeti.
It's so hard, bro.
Yeah, Abominations for me. Like I said, I think it's TwiZtiD's most perfect music album. Like, musically, it sounds the best of any fucking TwiZtiD album. Monoxide and Madross both agreed. They took a fucking year to make the fucking thing instead of a couple months like normal, and it stands out. Fuck, I mean, as soon as I heard it, I went out and got the tat of the fucking logo. So you tell how much I love that fucking album. Got to see the tour, the fucking second leg of the Abominations tour.
Second one, yeah.
That was super dope. They did a lot of songs off this fucking album, man. Like I said, sonically, I think it's the best. I think my favorite's probably Most Tasteless OG, but sonically, this album's just they peaked at what they could do musically as far as sounding like rappers or whatever. They hit their fucking stride right here. Monoxide fully fucking leveled up like we always talk about. So Abominations for me for sure.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And that album turns 10 as well. So don't be surprised if you see a future 5-piece in the month of October when that shit turns 10, whenever we break down Abominations. But till next week, I'm out.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Every day I die. Back to the start, another try. I got the time, so why shouldn't I? Every day I die. Back to the start, another try. I got the time, so why shouldn't I? I've got too much time on my hands. Got too much time on my hands.